The automotive industry never stops moving forward, and each new model faces a limited lifespan. Yet the revised F-Pace SVR is facing an unusually premeditated demise, arriving just after Jaguar announced its plans to switch to an electric lineup by 2025. In the midst of life is in death. The demise of the F-Type SVR means the F-Pace is now the only Jaguar available made by Jaguar Land Rover's Special Vehicle Operations Division. Yes, SVR comes from SVO. Of course. As with the lesser versions of the F-Pace, the changes are relatively simple, but they all combine to sharpen the SVR's case against its elite rival. But before discussing the differences, we should first celebrate the SVR's least changed feature and the ongoing star of the show, the supercharged V8. Jaguar F-Pace SVR 2021 boasts more torque. This is the 5.0-liter unit that JLR introduced in 2009. A development of the Ford-engineered AJ-V8 that debuted in 1996. Given that the Ford factory in Wales that built it closed last year, expected the engine to die too, but JLR chose to move it instead. In-house production to keep the venerable engine running for a few more years. It was recently confirmed that it will be installed into the Defender, but this appears to be the last time it appears in the new Jaguar. While the SVR's 550 HP output remains unchanged, it has been given a slight increase in peak torque to 516 pound-feet, up from 502. The standard 8-speed automatic also gets updated software, which helps the revised SVR slash its claimed 0.3 seconds from the 2020 model's 0 to 60 mph time, lowering that figure to around 3.8 seconds, despite gaining 140 pounds by Jag's own size. Somewhat amusingly, that still doesn't put it at the sharp end of this ultra-fast segment, where faster rivals are closer by 3 seconds than 4. Jaguar also excels in charisma, the supercharged V8 combining powerful performance with a soundtrack that surpasses most 6-cylinder competition in musicality and delivers 8-cylinder top-end snaps without digital augmentation. The SVR cabin even functions without active noise cancellation to maintain an unfiltered aural experience. The new SVR has missed the boom and burst of firecrackers that pre-facelift versions would have given when the throttle was suddenly lifted under load, and always defaults to starting into a quieter exhaust mode, which should help improve relations with neighbors. The revised gearbox delivers extremely fast gear shifts, especially under the heavy metal steering wheel paddles, and shifts gears unobtrusively and intelligently in the drive. The transmission sport mode feels more aggressive than ever, shifting down and holding a low gear with minimal provocation and resulting in sudden step-offs as they leave the lane. Unfortunately, Jaguar's new miniature gear selector has no physically defined options, jumping back into center position once drive or reverse is selected and thus denying any sense of which gear, if any, is activated. Underneath the surface, the SVO engineering team provided a complete makeover to SVR. Was informed that every control module in the car was new, and every dynamic setting had been revised. But these tweaks do nothing to change the underlying appeal of the car's laid-back athleticism. The SVR feels more fitting than the segment norm, especially on UK rough roads. Many fast SUVs try to emulate the behavior of lower performance, leaner cars with a tighter setup, but the F-Pace uses its smarter suspension to fill in slopes and absorb bumps, while still holding up excellent roll and pitch. The development team says special attention was paid to improving the SVR's ride over high-frequency bumps, although at lower speeds and over large amplitude undulations the ride feels solid. After all, the 22-inch forged aluminum wheels don't allow for much tire sidewall.